The next thing I'm going to read is from chapter 18, which is a really unique chapter. It's 11 short stories. So it's the longest chapter in the book. And they're all about people that have come into your lives. Some of the people that come into your lives for a brief moment, they're very influential people, and some people that are just regular people. But part of this story is how I met Pete. And I'm going to go ahead and read this. It's very quick, and then I'll have Pete get up and speak. The title is Never Forget a Name. On a beautiful spring afternoon, I was standing behind the counter of the Grand Cypress Academy Golf Pro Shop when a gentleman walked through the front door. "Could you please direct me to the restroom?" he asked. "It's down the hall on your right," I said. The man looked at my name tag and said, "Jon Decker. Where do I know that name? I know that name. I might forget a face, but I never forget a name." I looked at the man who I'd never met and thought, this guy is crazy. The gentleman left the pro shop and I resumed my work. Several minutes later, he walked back into the pro shop and said, "Did you go to Charles D. Owen High School?" That's when I realized the man was serious. He wasn't making idle conversation. God was intervening and making a point to introduce me to someone I had never met, a man who never forgets a name. Surely the man noticed the stunned look on my face. How could he know me? I now resided in Orlando, Florida, not North Carolina. The man reached out his right hand and said, "Hi, my name is Pete McDaniel. I'm the former sports editor for the Hendersonville newspaper and remembered your name. I remember covering you in basketball and golf." I couldn't believe it. I was in total shock. We talked for several minutes, during which I learned that Pete was working for Golf Digest as senior editor, and was writing all of Tiger Woods' articles for the magazine. Pete and I knew some of the same people from the western North Carolina area, and we reminisced like two childhood friends catching up on our lives, even though we had just met. As a result of our meeting, I began to give Pete lessons, which led to a unique friendship. On March 31st, 2014, I was sitting in the Atlanta airport and decided to give Pete a call. I left a voicemail to which Pete responded a short time later. "Pete, I've been writing a book and I wanted to know if you would edit my book," I said. "I would love to, Jon. My advice to you is when you write an instructional book," I quickly interrupted him. "Pete," I said, "this is not an instructional book." I went on to explain the premise of my book. Pete asked me to send him an outline of my chapters. I emailed him the outline in 4 chapters. Several weeks later, I received an email from Pete. It was very encouraging to me because I respect Pete as a man, writer, and Christian. His encouragement gave me a lift and inspired me to push on and continue my writing. God brought Pete McDaniel into my life to help me follow his plan for my life and to edit my book. To God, I say thank you for all the inspirational men and women who have helped shape my life, and thank you for giving Pete the God-given ability to never forget a name.